The Hamish and Andy Show podcast. Powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.
Haim might sound a little different today. We're not in the same studio today.
This is a shame, and I'm having to dial in using foreign technology. We're not used to it. Yeah. It has nothing to do with the joint nomination. I have not retreated to a presidential bunker to plot my demise of Auntie, as is probably the first thing that leaps into people's minds.
Someone said to me this morning, actually, Haim, have you spoken to Haim? I said, not yet. You go, they're not talking. They're not talking. No, it's just like 7:30 in the morning and he's not up yet.
Did not catch him yet as we did Skype Tai Chi, but that's normally at 8:15, so we'll talk to each other then. No, so apologies if things do sound a little bit scratchy from this end, but we assure you the relationship is a golden symphony.
Haim, tell us through your dad's fear.
So the other night, Dad was over at Dad's place, sitting there with Zoe, and his wife, my stepmom Chris, sends him a message saying, I'll be home soon. We were about to have dinner. It included an emoji because Dad has a phone that's capable of doing little characters. Yep. Pretty much every smartphone I think in the world can do emojis. It was quite simply a love heart. It just was nice. Love from her. Dad goes, oh, God, I hate it. I don't like it when she does that.
Oh, sorry. What are you talking about? This is from Chris's...
This is from his wife.
So Chris sent the message.
Oh, yeah. This is Chris has sent the message. Yeah. It's popped up on his phone. I happened to notice I had a little love heart on it. Sure. And Dad's going, I don't like it when she does this because, it costs extra. And then I went, what? And he goes, yeah, those little silly little pictures. I don't know why people go for that, but it costs extra. It costs more money to send an emoji. I said, no, it doesn't. It's just like a few. It's just characters. Counts as characters. Plus, you guys are both sending like iMessages to each other, so it's free anyway. He goes, no, not this stuff. This is how they get you. This is a scam to make you send photos to make you send pictures to each other. These little pictures cost money. I think he maybe heard about Jamster or one of those companies like years ago, and you could sort of send a picture, or maybe when MMSs first came out, he was aware that was a very expensive thing to do. Anyway, so during the dinner,
he's a man on edge, though. I mean, the amount of times I've heard from his mouth, this is how they get you.
It's creeping into my mind now. Like I spend my whole life just looking at things going, they're trying to get me here. During dinner, I sent Dad a text message with every single emoji in it. And then I wrote underneath $1 million text. And Dad got it at the table and he threw the phone down and just looked me in the eye and not laughing and said, "You're an idiot." You are wasting your money. This Hamish and Andy thing is not going to go on forever, And plus, probably, now that you guys are both nominated, you can't be friends anymore. Now you're in each other's throats, according to the papers. So that's it. You're just blowing your last paycheck on a bloody text.
1310.
Here's what I wanted to do.
Call us in. Hey, is it Dad fears? Is it?
I think it's probably Dad fears, isn't it? It's Dad. My dad is irrationally scared. He just thinks that that is a waste of money. He's scared. He refuses to send an emoji. I've been trying to get him for like the last week, texting him, "Come on, Dad, you can do about that. Do you know where the keyboard is?" He said, "Yeah, I know where it is. I'm not using it." He won't send one because no matter how much I try and tell him it doesn't cost money, he can't get over it.
How many emojis do you think are contained there in that text message?
Ooh, if I was guessing, I'd say you might get up to maybe 100, 150.
Yeah, so 1 million divided by 100, your dad takes everything you do as gospel. So he might think $10,000 emoji at the moment.
He's thinking they're very expensive. That's his fear. That's his greatest fear is that the people in his family have just decided to emoji willy-nilly and are just draining the finances.
Jackie on 131060. Jackie, talk us through your dad's fear.
My dad's fear is that if you fast forward or rewind the VHS videotape, that it's going to ruin the actual video player. So as kids growing up, we used to have to sit through the whole commercials and all of the previews beforehand, and he wouldn't let us actually watch the movie until we got through
the function hasn't been used.
Yeah, so if there was anything that was stopped in the middle of the video, then we would have to completely stop it, fully rewind it to the start and then play it from there.
Oh,
It
he
wasn't allowed
didn't
to be-
like the play fast forward or the play rewind.
Yes,
He
play
just,
fast
Yeah,
forward.
that happens.
So if it was up on the screen and it was playing while fast forwarding and rewinding, it was ruining the machine.
Well, there was. I mean, the thing was with those kind of players is it actually did. It would be thousands and thousands.
Here we go.
of times.
Dad's on it. Dad's here. Look at everyone. Dad's turned up.
Thanks, Jackie.
Oh, sorry.
God.
I'll send Jackie an emoji and we can talk about Andy.
Colin on 131060. Colin, tell us what's your dad's fear.
Video game consoles.
Okay, just in general, or
How come?
Yeah, basically he thought that it would, I suppose, use the life of the television, so we were never allowed to hook them up as a kid and would have to wait till he goes to work before we could actually play them.
Great. You can wait until Super Mario Brothers the book comes out and you guys can enjoy
And
that.
you can read it. Yeah, basically that's about it.
thanks, Colin.
Even to this day, today, he still like it.
Thanks for joining us.
Hamish and Andy.
Ham, we mentioned maybe a couple of weeks back now that Channel V star Andy G into Andrew G Idol star into Andrew Gunsberg, overseas reporter, is now Osher Gunsberg. The latest incarnation.
Where will the bottle stop? No one knows.
2.0 maybe. I think similar to Vegemite, they're going to run a name game.
iGuy 2.0.
Yeah. Hey, we invented a game because we think Osher Gunsberg's such a fantastic name that you can refer to
It's
many
a wonderful,
different things.
wonderful, prestigious, prestigious name. It could be a product, it could be a service, it could be so many different things. What are a couple of your favourites?
Well, I mean, we're talking about the Dutch sculpture that has just come into town. And, I mean, the Osher Gunsberg, he does some wonderful pieces. But it could be it could be a lady's shoe.
We had a couple. We had a couple on Twitter. Someone's grandpa was the first person to climb Osher Gunsberg without oxygen, which I think is an impressive feat.
This is an email at hamishandy.com from Jacinta Osher Spotter. And she says, the Osher Gunsberg game continues, and I tried it live at a bar. On Friday night, there was a function, she said, where she works. She was spotted in the crowd, Osher himself.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I served him, greeting him by his real name. She writes, I suppose, Andrew. We have to say Osher is actually his real name now. He's changed it.
I think it's his birth name, I think he's gone right back to the original.
But went on to ask whether he would like the latest Osher Gunsberg beer to drink.
Lovely.
And she says he just winked and walked away proudly. True story.
Great.
Couldn't have done it without you guys. I've attached a photo of us together on the night. I'll just show you the photo now, Ham, of her
Have a look.
and Osher Gunsberg.
Oh, my gosha. That's not Osher. That's Osher Goldman, isn't it?
It's Mike Goldman.
That's Mike Goldman. That's Mike Gunsberg himself. She's just seen a guy from TV circa 5 years ago and gone, blonde hair, check, has been on TV, check, really nice teeth, check, that's Osher Gunsberg. The best thing is, he's winked at her when she said, I'll get you the Osher Gunsberg.
He probably thinks it's a beer, Mike Goldman.
He's forward for the game.
What I find amazing is that she's in a situation now that Mike Goldman's in a situation now where someone's come up and played a game. Otherwise, she's actually a bit attractive. So he's either gone, I've still got it here, think it's some kind of metaphor, or he just was waiting on a brand new beer that he's never even seen before. But anyway, I'm not sure if the real Osher Gunsberg has seen the game yet. We certainly know that Mike Goldman
has seen the game, it's got to be out there because someone told us recently if you Google Osher Gunsberg, the game comes up now before him. We want to make it more popular than the Kevin Bacon game. We want this to be the thing that's synonymous with his name, and I hope somewhere Osher Gunsberg is drinking an ice cold can of Mike Goldman.
Hamish and Andy.
And time for a little bit of a dream come true here. It's a lot of people, whether you have an iPhone or if you've just been on public transport or anywhere where someone has an iPhone, people would be familiar with the ringtone Marimba. Now, we're going to play it, but we're just going to play it once because there's nothing more annoying than hearing people testing ringtones. But for the purposes of this, we do have to hear the ringtone. Kathleen Jack, if you could do the honours. For me personally, it's what I wake up to. It's my alarm. I hate it.
Yep.
I hate it.
If anyone knows anyone that has an iPhone over the age of 40, that'll be their ringtone.
It's the default.
They certainly wouldn't be going for anything else. You will not hear any One Direction tracks from their phones. But Haim,
absolutely. But Ando, you and I we've listened to that. We've listened to Marimba played many times in our lives. For a lot of people, it's your alarm default. Zoe changes hers to harp, and always every time I wake up, she'll always yell, "I told you to change it to harp," and I always go, "I'll do it next time." But there's nothing. There's nothing to me. There's nothing to me that signals iPhone more than hearing Marimba. But we got to thinking, you and I. We thought, look, somehow, someone has performed that. They've recorded it at the Apple headquarters. And is it the best they could do?
Yeah.
Is it absolutely? They would have been in a rush to get the iPhone out. They haven't changed it since they haven't changed Marimba since iPhone 1.
True.
And I know for a fact there was a lot of panic the night before, get the icons together. Has someone finished Angry Birds yet? That's not our responsibility. Oh, someone do it. So it was a panic station. It's like any big night before you hand an assignment in. You and I have often talked about, was it the best they could do at Marimba to just perhaps top it? No offense to Apple, but to top it, we have brought in with us a musical genius into the studio. Her name is Arwen. Arwen, you are a xylophonist.
I'm a percussionist.
Okay.
That's easier to say.
A classically trained percussionist, Ham. We gave her this task earlier today for her. She's come in with a smaller xylophone. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, it's actually a pit xylophone, which is really handy to actually.
Why is it called a pit xylophone?
Well, it's just because it hasn't actually got resonators or anything. It's quite easy.
I wondered where the resonators
like
had gone off that.
It's like a little tabletop.
Notable absence of resonators.
Yeah.
Just a xylophone you take around to a friend's house and jam on, rather than the big wooden stuff.
So, a wood is xylophone.
Yeah.
Metal glockenspiel.
Metal, glockenspiel, and vibraphone.
And a vibraphone. Right.
Okay, and Arwen's going to be playing it, so now's not the time for you to overpower her with facts. She is the professional percussionist. What we want to give everyone here today, as a treat, is a live concert quality performance of the ringtone Marimba. It's a radio first, we believe.
Yeah, for everyone in their cars, we feel like it. This should have probably been done at some massive concert hall. So it would be very nice for us to, I suppose, assimilate that. If we can now pretend that we're all sitting there waiting for Arwen to come out. This is
Let's
nice.
do this.
Oh, Haim, can I borrow some popcorn?
Well, not now, mate. Sorry, you don't want the crunch to distract me.
Oh, okay. Well, she's not out here yet, but she will be very soon. Oh, here she's coming.
It's going to happen very soon.
It's exciting. Wow!
That is brilliant stuff! That is just gorgeous. Just wonderful.
That's
Literally
like
music to my ears.
That is
That is a high marimba. People would have noticed that's a slightly higher pitch. I think it's a much nicer key than whatever Apple chose to do in its panic before the iPhone came out. Yes. We're going to put that up as a ringtone. We urge everyone to ditch the old marimba, adopt the new high marimba. I'm going to marimbula. I'm going to Marimba.
Can I ask one thing of you, Arwen?
Yeah, what?
You were a bit nervous, weren't you?
I was a little bit nervous.
She's using two mallets in both hands. So it's a four mallet situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that requires some skill. Well,
do you reckon that's what they used at the Apple headquarters, Arwen?
No, they would have had one at the most, the idiots.
Probably chopsticks.
Probably did 10 takes.
The video will be up at HamishAndy.com. Thanks for joining us, Arwen. We're driving you home.
This is Hamish and Andy.
Ham, you and I are in different studios from each other today.
It hurts, Ando. And look, I know my microphone sounds a little bit scratchy. I'm actually doing it on one of those sports broadcaster microphones. Not the best studio, but our time apart, it hurts me, Ando. And I can, it's good fun. We've been talking all day on the phone, and but a lot of people, rightly or perhaps are they wrongly suggesting that it's the whole golden elephant in the room that forced me on the run because you threatened me with death. That's not true, and I wanted to put those rumours to bed. I'm so proud of you, and please don't kill me. I think you're the favourite.
If you didn't think it was true, don't ask to not be killed. But we are going to address that after 5 o'clock, Ham, because other things, far more important things. I was up a lot earlier than I'm normally up. You and I we like a lion. I was up early enough to see the Garbos come past today, doing their great job.
Oh, what a wonderful natural phenomenon. Some people get up for the sunrise. I like to get up and do Tai Chi in front of Garbos till they push me in a bin.
They were coming down my little cul-de-sac and apartments across the road. So they've got a lot of bins to get through in a very short amount of time. Yeah. And they were very nimble. But what I didn't realise, one guy, I'd thrown out in the recycle bin, a pair, it wasn't a pair of shoes, it was a shoe box. The guy before that went in, opened up the box to see if there were shoes in it. No. And then as they were going through all the other bins, I watched him go through the apartment across the road. They basically would put them on this machine that both the we can hear a machine going past in your apartment there.
I told you the studio's not great, didn't I? It's just there's actually Garbos driving towards us now, probably listening to the show, about to kill me. So pick your words, mate. Pick your words.
It was on the back of the garbage machine where they can put the little green bins and they flick up automatically.
Oh, love that. Love that trick.
As stuff was going out, they were just quickly checking different boxes, things that might look interesting. They picked up an iPhone case, old iPhone box, opened it up to see if the iPhone was in there. To me, they were sitting there going, we can make some extra money on the side, or finding trinkets that they're going to use at home. I don't really know exactly what
Definitely not recycling. Like, they weren't looking for just to check that there was no metal or anything. Were they recycling these boxes?
No. They were definitely looking for extra stuff.
We are on the show right now, knowing that I'm in a separate studio with Garbos nearby. We are calling garbage men and women treasure and trinket hungry scavengers. Is that what we're doing?
Well, I'm not.
Andy, this is a big day.
Okay, 13, 10, 60.
For the Hamish and Andy show.
Okay, are you a Garbo? 13, 10, 60. Hopefully someone's listening that is a Garbo. Are you a Garbo? Call now. Do you do this? What have you found? Now, obviously, if no one calls, hey, you're right. We might have just got one guy on a day where he wanted a bit of extra gear. But 13,
or it's
10,
something
60.
to do with recycling, but, we've accidentally got it wrong and we've angered an entire workforce. But,
are you a Garbo? I'm perfectly fine with them doing this as well. Like, absolutely. I mean, we're just throwing it out.
Well, all of our trash is their treasure. If they're bloody going to go and pick it up, least we could do is, slip them a pair of shoes, you cheap bastard. Why don't you pop some shoes in there? Because you just mentioned boxes. You just said he was a box inspector, and I just wonder if he was maybe just looking for clearing out sharps. Maybe he's looking for landmines because he's sick of the truck getting blown up because they try and crush landmines.
Kelly on 13, 10, 60. Kelly, have you ever... First question, you are an ex-Garbo?
No. My ex is a Garbo.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Your ex is a Garbo currently.
Gotcha.
Has his car or truck ever been blown up by a landmine?
As much as I probably would like it to, no.
Okay.
Good on you.
Sure.
Mature response.
Okay. Now, your ex, did he look through the rubbish and did he ever bring anything home?
He still does currently.
Maybe he's the guy that does my rubbish.
Wow.
Kelly, tell us what's the best thing he's found.
He gets iPhones, laptops, you name it. I swear he's got it.
Really?
I just can't believe that it's worth the look through because for me, I went through a period when I was probably about 10 years old where I was just looking in the vending machine change thing, the phone box change thing, and I never found cent one, not a brass razoo. And I gave up because I thought, I'm playing such a low numbers game here. Now, for people that are buying iPhones and buying Nikes, surely no one's throwing them out accidentally.
No, well, either they upgrade and then throw the old one out.
Yep.
But he has enough there to have a garage sale every weekend.
So he has a garage sale every weekend?
Yes.
Oh, wow. And what kind of money would he be rolling in, just kind of roughly a weekend, just from the...
Couple hundred.
Couple $100 of ex-goods?
Yep. And the best part is,
Yep.
he does recycle the gifts for his child.
Fantastic, Kelly. I mean, I don't know why you moved on from this fella.
Me neither.
He just didn't find the ring in time. I think that was the big problem, Kel.
I'm curious as if I bought an iPhone from him at one of his garage sales. What's the tech support like? Does he have a Genius bar at the garage sale? Like, could he come back? Could I come back and get help?
He probably thinks he's a genius, but I'm telling you, he's not.
Kelly,
Genius IQ to become a garbo.
That's unfair, Kelly. I think some of the
not true,
smarter
not
men
true.
out there. But I understand that your ex might
Dad
have
was
that one. Simon, though, is a garbo. Do you do this, Simon?
Absolutely, mate. Every now and then I'll go and have a bit of a look.
Yep. And what's the best thing you found, mate?
Oh, mate, jewellery, wallets with money. Yeah,
Wallets?
everything, mate.
So someone's accidentally thrown out money?
Yep.
I don't blame you as well, son. Hats off to you, my friend. Hats off to you.
Just don't again. Who are these people? Even if you got a new wallet, would you go? Got a new wallet? Great. Chuck the old one out until like 2 days later, going, oh, hang on a second, I didn't transfer anything. I've thrown my wallet out. I can't believe how much stuff's getting thrown out.
Simon just said, "Yep, that's it."
Yep. Yeah, there we go. Got me.
Thanks, Simon. Stick around, everybody. Straight after this, or in a few moments' time, Haim, you and I have to discuss the golden Logie-shaped elephant in the room.
So we do the golden elephant here with the TV Week logo tucked under its trunk.
Hamish and Andy.
Hamish and Andy, we're driving you home. Haim, there's a bit of a problem.
Well, there's no problem. There's just a question that I'm putting out there, pretending there's two sides to this story, but just as a bit of a hint, there is a right and a wrong. So here's the thing: when you look down, you see your wife or your partner's phone, it's charging. She's on, let's say, 47%. You're on 21. It seems like a fair and loving thing to do as a part of a relationship, that you could just switch over the charges, really without running it by her, because that's team power. And wouldn't it be great if both sides of the team were juiced? My theory is you can just steal the charger if you're on a lower percentage.
Can I ask just a couple of backstory questions? What time of the day was it?
It was in the morning, 9:30 on a Saturday.
Okay. Travis on 131060. I think.
Hey guys, how you going?
Yeah, good. I actually think morning's way worse because everyone knows that you really need as much as possible to get through the day. But Travis, what are your thoughts?
Remember, she is on 47. Take it away, Trav.
Guys, I don't think it matters really what percentage it is. I've done it when we've both been on the same percentage. It's whoever has more Facebook friends and is more likely to need their phone in the morning.
That's a great, absolutely solid reasoning. Now,
whoever has more Facebook friends demands more charge.
I have 9 Facebook friends on my deactivated account, and I don't think Zoe even has one, so I'll take that as a win.
That's yours, mate. That is all yours.
Kathy on 131060. Talk us through it, Kath. What do you think?
I'm pretty sure there was more than one outlet in the house.
Yeah, but what if
Find another one.
What if there's only one charger, though?
One charger. That is a tough call.
Yeah, well, because we all knew about the opportunity of having other outlets.
Look, an irrelevant piece of this story is the husband in the scenario took his charger to work, but he's funny, like he's cool. We forgive him for his blunders like that. So yeah, there is only one charger.
Given the one charge, the lower.
Oh, really? So
lower percentage must be charged. There must be equal in a relationship.
Yeah, right.
Said the Lord.
Sounds like you're making up as you go along, but I like it. Hayden,
Kath is reading from the book of 240 volts. There must be equal charge, and the Lord spake, if the lower of the phones doth reach single digits, a plague of poor reception and no Bluetooth shall reign upon thee.
Hayden on 131060, what's your feeling?
Well, we have 3 brothers and, as the math works out, 1 dad. But we have 2 chargers, only 1 cord. So it's just a free-for-all. If you leave your iPhone unattended, mate, it's just a free-for-all.
Yeah, if you got to leave a sentry there just to make sure that it's guarded at all times.
I like that. It seems a bit like gladiatorial combat. It's just brothers fighting brothers, dads fighting sons, tearing at each other to get the plug-in.
Spartan times.
Hamish and Andy.
Haim, I should let you know that Dings of Our Lives still on for Amy. I mean, not only are they spending time powering the website, but they're also spending time organising how to give away $10,000 as a prize. So all you have to do...
Just a shovel, a bucket, and a big box and a few stamps should do that.
Well, that's
the trick.
That's how they're going to deliver it to you, but they've also worked out the mechanism of how you can win it. If you go to their Facebook page, upload a story behind the ding you've had, an accident, any time in your life, the ding of your life, you could be... on your way to the big box of cash with a few stamps on it.
They might even chuck in the shovel. I haven't checked that with them, but it could happen.
Haim, we said we'd discuss this after 5. Of course, a bit of news today with regards to the Logies. Gold Logie nominations for yourself. Congratulations on that.
Well, thanks, mate. Thanks. And look, congratulations to you. I know... the normal state of affairs would be that we should be very happy for each other.
Yeah.
But we have always said the only thing we'd ever let come between us is a dual gold nomination. Last year wasn't a problem, but this year it is. I've seen a few things online going, mate against mate. Yeah. It's, I haven't seen the film Warrior where 2 brothers have to MMA each other, but I imagine it's very similar to that.
Was it about MMA? I thought it was about
I think it was Ultimate Fighting.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a dual Gold Logie nomination. The 2 brothers went for.
Well, that was it's cinema, so you have to pick up the subtext. At the end, no one really stayed to the end, but at the end, I think Joel Edgerton got a Gold Logie with a headband on to symbolise that it's a sports Logie, which you get for winning an MMA tournament.
You know what this stinks of, this whole U versus me? It stinks of the Logies knowing that we're going to put on a rotating meat festival, the Spit Roast. And just because it's on a Friday doesn't mean we're not doing it. We're going to tell Fifi and Jules that we're taking Fridays.
Of course we're doing the Spit Roast. Of course we are.
The Logie Spit Roast will be our 7th annual, and they don't want it to happen.
I'll tell you what doesn't stink.
The meat.
The air on the rooftop on that day. It smells, it's like the sweetest scent you could ever smell. I hope one day to get given a noogie by God. I hope he gets me in a headlock and I hope he rubs my head very, very hard for being a sinner. Yeah. And I hope I get to smell his armpit. And I know when I smell his armpit, it's going to smell like the Logie Spit Roast because it's the sweetest scent on earth. It's God's armpit, a.k.a. delicious.
It hasn't...
And so this is what... This is the Logie's ploy, and it's a cheap stunt, and it's very disappointing to see them do this to try and make us attack each other like a couple of defenceless chickens who have had barbs put on their feet. And we say, no, we're not going to strike each other. No. If anything, let us put us on the spit. We want to be cooked if we're chickens.
Okay, put that aside. And you and I know that we can't possibly be friends anymore.
That's the sad thing.
That is
because as much as we joke, obviously the rule now is that we hate each other. And so... Look, it's an emotional time for both of us, isn't it? Because we have had a lot of great memories, and it'd be nice, I suppose, since this is the last. Now that we're really thinking about it, last couple of minutes we're ever talking to each other, it'd be nice to just sort of say goodbye through song.
I have always been quite fond of you.
Oh, cheers.
And we've had many things that we have both been through. I felt that this would last forever.
You're my little Andy Lee. Nothing could ever come between you and me. I thought that it would be like that forever.
But a Logie's nomination means that we cannot be friends. A small god man means this union now must end. Enemies for life is just one of those things. Amigos non comprende.
Amigos do non comprende. Friends do not understand the value of friendship when faced with treasures such as Logies. Goodbye, Andy. I wish you well.
Thank you.
Hamish and Andy.
Very excited to have this lad in the studio with us, Ham, writer, director, starred in TV and, of course, films. The newest one is Oz the Great and Powerful alongside James Franco. Zach Braff, thanks for joining us.
Hello, thanks for having me, guys.
Now, Oz the Great and Powerful, a lot of Australians would accidentally assume this is a film about Australia being a superpower.
Yeah, or an Australian weightlifter.
Yes!
And then I would say pleasantly surprised to find out that it's a precursor to The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it's the prequel to The Wizard of Oz. It's sort of, if we all know at the end of the most famous movie of all time, Behind the Curtain, there's just a regular guy. So it's the story of how Oz became Oz. How did he get to this wacky land?
Which is a fascinating story. I mean, the special effects are even better than the original
Which
film.
is incredible.
Which is the Star Wars prequel problem that they ran
The Wizard
into.
of Oz was the first color movie ever. So now, with the 2013 3D and all the technology, we can go back and kind of revisit that amazing world. And the production designer of Avatar, if you remember how awesome that looked, he's the guy who created the look of it. And it's really, really looks beautiful.
You play Frank and also voice an animated monkey in the film. What's easier, a monkey or a man?
That's a very deep philosophical question.
Isn't it?
We asked the same thing
of every guest.
Finally, this question works.
Finally, your question has a purpose.
I think Kate Winslet was annoyed, to be honest.
I'm sure Sir Ben Kingsley had trouble with it. Just like in the original, in Kansas, I'm a human, and then when you go to this magical land, some people from Oz's life are manifest as creatures. And so James Franco is Oz, and I play this flying 36-inch tall monkey. And it was fun. I had to be there. I was in a blue screen suit and crouching.
You did the full Andy Serkis.
I did the full Andy Serkis
in Lord of the Rings.
I don't think you're getting enough credit for that, to be honest.
Well, to be honest, he did play Monkey in Planet of the Apes. So if it was between you and Serkis, who did a better job?
It's funny when you and actually James had acted with a CG monkey before in Planet of the Apes.
It's true.
I was
one of the only actors.
When I met him, I'm like, I can't believe I'm saying this to you, but I'm not the first CG monkey you've worked with.
Well, does it offend you? I mean, because with modern day animation, they often the animators often use the expressions of the actor.
Yeah, well, that's what's cool about it.
Do you ever worry that you got cast because you look perhaps more like a monkey than a regular man?
That is the most bizarre question I've been asked.
Show us your tail.
I don't think I look like a monkey, but I think I was cast because I know I was cast because I made the director laugh. He wanted someone that would kind of improv and mess around, and I'm
like a monkey.
I'm the sidekick, like a monkey. So I went in there and I ate a banana and I humped his leg. And
it's amazing. It's the first guy to get a role in a movie by doing a poo on the floor and throwing it around the room.
Yes, I threw my poo.
No, Zach, you do an amazing job. I don't know how this devolved into us telling a guy that we think is a great actor that he's just a monkey.
I know. I didn't think I was going to say I threw my poo.
Here's the other question I wanted to ask. Yeah. Obviously, the way to get to Oz is a tornado. That's the usual mode.
Yeah, that's the usual
mode
way
of
to
transport.
Yeah.
It's a rough journey. Obviously, there's no
it's
first
not an
class.
easy route. No.
If you
don't get a meal,
or something flies into your face, you get an involuntary meal.
That's just luck.
They don't give you the eye patch and jammies.
Yeah. If you, Zach Braff, could have the option. Right, you can be in the path of the tornado. You will go to Oz. Let's just say it exists, but there's only 40% chance you can get back. Would you take that deal?
Are the witches Mila Kunis, Michelle Williams, and Rachel Weisz? Because then I might take a gamble.
Sign it. Take me to Kansas. I'm standing in Tornado Alley.
If this land has preposterously hot witches like our movie, I would probably take a gamble on it.
Thanks for sticking around, Zach.
Thank you.
You've written, directed, starred in films. Obviously, Garden State's an amazing one. Done a bunch of television. What are the pros and cons of each, do you think? I mean, being on a film set, being on a TV set.
Well, with the TV show in Scrubs, we did for 9 years. So you become such good friends that you can almost feel comfortable being more outlandish and crazy because you can't possibly embarrass yourself. And you already have so many times over the course of a decade.
Will there be a Scrubs the movie?
No. I think that got started on the internet as a rumor when Arrested Development did that.
Yeah.
And
The Simpsons.
Yeah, we're not going to.
Wizard of Oz, obviously a very famous TV show. Then they decided when movies came along. It's the natural progression for a lot of great TV shows.
Is there a TV show in your life that you would have loved to have seen become a movie? And what did you get into growing up?
When I was a kid, I loved Three's Company. That was my favorite comedy.
Man, we would have loved that.
Oh, you didn't get it here?
What's it about?
Oh, it was a comedy with John Ritter, the late great John Ritter. What else did I love? I don't know what you got. I mean, I was a kid. I watched The Cosby Show.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
watched,
got
it. Different Strokes.
Bang,
You probably
got
didn't get that.
No,
Oh, you did?
Oh, man, of course.
What you
talking about, Brad?
What you talking about, Willis?
Obviously, the burning issue that comes out of the film is the hot topic of monkeys in clothes. Your monkey wears a little blue suit.
Yeah, a little bellhop. I'm like
like a little valet.
I'm Oz's valet.
If you had a tiny bicycle you didn't park, you'd give it to the monkey.
Yes.
What is your policy on monkeys in cute outfits?
I think they're pretty darn irresistible, since I am a monkey in a cute outfit.
Well, that's it. That's it. I mean, you've taken.
Actually, I just found out yesterday I have a plushie, a plush toy, at the Disney store. So I got very excited about my monkey plushie.
You've got your own character.
Yeah,
that's huge.
You can take me home and snuggle me.
That's nice. Do you speak? Do you have to do any voices for it?
No, I don't. Well, I mean, I don't. No, it doesn't.
Would you like to do one now so people can press play back when they get the plushie, but also listen back to this podcast?
No.
Okay.
well, hopefully one day I dream of a world where you can see.
There's a Chicken Little one though. I was the voice of Chicken Little, and I remember my brother was like going to kill me because his kids got the toy, and he would hear me from the other room with my Chicken Little voice as his kids are squeezing the toy.
Hey, Zach Braff, thank you very much for joining us, mate. Oz the Great and Powerful. It looks amazing. It's in cinemas now, and thanks for joining us, pal.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Hamish and Andy.
You and I, after the fallout over the whole Logie situation, we should catch up, bury the hatchet, and let's do it over jazz.
Hey, Ando.
Yeah, man.
You know when people say this is the worst possible scenario, I question that because I think no matter what scenario you're in, you could always add a spider crawling into your ear as well to make the scenario worse. So unless you're in a scenario where that is happening, you go
I like it how you always...
So you can always add a spider crawling in somewhere. So it never really is the worst possible scenario.
You hate spiders. You could have had a
bullet
crawling in your ear at base.
Yeah, well, anything, name it. Something in your ear.
I am.
Yeah.
You know the word nup? N-U-P? They should definitely add that to the iPhone as one of the dictionary words.
It's not in there, is it?
Nah, just thought I'd correct something else, map or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
They shouldn't add necklecock. That's not a word. Don't add that.
Okay. Okay, well, there you go, Apple. The wheels have fallen off since Jobless left. Well, you know, sadly. You can't deny he's left, though.
Yes, left.
I said sadly.
Yeah.
I said sadly. It was a sad. He's left sadly. Yeah. Hey, Ando, just this will cheer us up. This will brighten the mood after that accidental obituary. Hey, had a pretty funny idea for a song I think we could do to the tune of Taylor Swift's "We Are Never Ever Ever Getting Back Together," but I don't know. I feel like it's too late for that sort of. Like that song's been out for too long now.
No.
Maybe a missed opportunity.
No, what was the bit you were changing around to make it a funny?
It's silly.
Nah, come
on. Silly. Okay, wait, it goes, it depends. If we'll hook up again. So it's a bit more wishy-washy than never, ever, ever.
That's too late.
It's not great. I have to think about that because it's sort of more like if she's sort of going, it depends. So I'm not saying no, I'm not saying yes. So she's a little bit, I suppose she's a little bit looser in that. Okay, cool.
Hey, Ham. Yep. I read a study today that suggests you're most likely to be defrauded of money by one of your closest mates because you trust them.
I can actually give you some more research on that. If you give me $1,000, I'll sell you the book of how to be safe. If you want.
That's all we got time for.
What do you say?
Yeah, that sounds really interesting.
All right, great. Well, I'll also see you the rights to that cool Taylor Swift song for $2,000, and then you can be the cool guy at the party singing.
Tell you what, I'll just flick you through my bank details, log on details. You can just take out the money you need. Thank you for being with us.
I promise I'll be responsible.
Everybody, HamishAndy.com for anything you may have missed. An amazing performance for today. A live performance, Ham, on an instrument we didn't really understood that it existed, I suppose.
Who knew that marimba was an instrument, not just a ringtone? If you would like the live performance of the iPhone ringtone marimba, it will be available at HamishAndy.com. We'll get it up there, see if you can download it. We're going to try and put it up there as soon as we can. Just a wonderful... It sounds so much better when it's done live. I didn't really love it as an album track, but I loved it live.
The podcast is also there. We'll catch you tomorrow, everyone.
That was the Hamish and Andy Show podcast, powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.